against pandemic. Breaking connections to the world. Empowering language on humanity. Let's bring the world of learning in one channel. Welcome to Business Combinations English TV.
Hello everyone! Again, this is Ma'am Aline, your grade 7 English teacher. According to Rod Stewart, if you don't stick to your values when they are being tested, they are not values, they are hobbies. What is the meaning of that? Many of you struggling with finding direction, making decisions, or because of your young age, sometimes you find it difficult to act in day-to-day situations. Sometimes, you are being told, oh, you are old enough to do things such as doing household chores and many more. In the same way, sometimes you are being told also that you are still too young to be doing certain things. So, how is that? Are you really old enough or still too young? Well, it depends on the situation. And the way you react on the certain situations defines the values and beliefs that you have. For week 5, we are going to talk about expressing one's own values and beliefs. And for this week, Ma'am Lani will help you with your lesson.
Hello everyone, I am Ma'am Lani, your grade 7 English teacher, and welcome to our English Learning Hub. How's everyone? I do hope that the previous videos help you understand the lessons, and through the videos, we can expect that you have been doing well in all the activities. Again, please be reminded that all the tasks in each modules have been answered and you have a complete set of answered activities ready for submission. Well done! Now, let's proceed to the most essential learning competencies for this week. And for the most essential learning competency, we have express one's beliefs, convictions based on a material view. And for enabling competency, we have make a stand on the material view.
For day 1, the Philippines is an archipelago not only of more than 7,000 islands, but also of diverse customs and traditions. These traditions are formed as a result of our ancestors' beliefs. For learning activity, interview your parent, guardian, or older sibling on their beliefs on marriage. Then, use the opinion barometer illustration and draw the emotion to show whether you agree or not. For this activity, it is recommended that you first make a list of marriage beliefs. You make a research or get information from Google about Filipino marriage beliefs. After that, you can get at least one marriage belief, then ask the person in your household about their feelings on the certain belief that you have chosen. As instructed, you can use the opinion barometer illustration and draw the emoticon to show whether you agree or not. Don't forget to write the marriage belief on the house illustration. Please remember to do this on the intermediate paper to be submitted to your respective English teachers. Okay, take your time and make sure to come up with a reliable answer.
Now, let's talk about beliefs. Beliefs are ideas that we accept and claim as truth. We consider them important that we adapt this into our everyday lives, as well as in our decision making. Our values, attitudes, and behaviors are influenced by these ideas. To understand it well, take a look at this illustration. Beliefs are core of who we are. what we do, and the success that we can acquire. Think of this in your life. Regardless of your age or status in life, everyone believes in something. Example, religion, love at first sight, life after death, faith and marriage, destiny, ghosts, and many more. Beliefs have major effects on everyday individual values because we value everything important to us. It also affects our attitudes because our beliefs indicate a certain attitude. For example, frowning when confused or when something is unbelievable. And sometimes there are situations that a particular person may be considered rude due to shouting or for not saying thank you when given a favor. Assessing one's behavior in certain situation may be perceived as judgmental. Di ba nga, bawal ang judgmental?
Here are some of the notable wedding traditions that Filipinos still practice up to the present time. In today's lesson, you will read about some of the beliefs that Filipinos live by, especially familial milestones, particularly on wedding days. On weddings, some Filipinos are inclined to Catholic conventions brought by the Spanish colonization, but are also mixed with pre-colonial customs. Listed below are the notable examples of such traditions. Pamamanhikan. This is the first step in a Filipino wedding, where the groom's family meet the bride's family and serve as the groom's official proposal. Usually, they sit down, have a feast, and talk about the bride and groom's plans for the wedding. This ends with both families giving gifts to each other. Veil and cord. In the wedding day, chosen godparents or sponsor put the veil and cord to the bride and groom, with the veil symbolizing the bride and groom being clothed as one, and the cord wrapped around the couple in the figure 8, which symbolizes eternal bond of fidelity. Coins or aras. The groom gives the bride the 13 coins or aras, which symbolizes the promise of prosperity to their future family. A shower of rice. Usually done after the wedding ceremony. The now newlyweds are showered with grains of rice as a sign of bounty and rain or blessings. Rice in weddings also hold a sacred status, as pre-colonial Filipinos are bound with hands held together over a mound of rice blessed by a babaylan or priestess, which then becomes their first shared meal. Money dance or gala. This dance is usually the first dance of newlyweds, whereas sponsors, family relatives, and guests pin bills to the bride and groom's clothes, which is considered a way to help the couple get started in their married life financially.
In this part of the lesson, you are going to prepare yourself to read a story about a wedding practice in certain ethnicity. But before we read the story, let us first look at the following questions. Individuals have different points of view on subjects and how they express themselves in comparison to others. Consider the questions listed below while reading the story that follows. First, how does a person stand for a belief? What skills are required to take such a stand? What are the challenges and risks involved when someone takes such a stand? For the development, read an excerpt of the short story titled The Wedding Dance by Amador Daguio, a Filipino writer from Lubuagan, Kalinga, before the World War II.
The Wedding Dance. The story is set in the mountains of northern Philippines, in a traditional community unspoiled by outside influence. The story may have happened before or after the Second World War, one summer night before harvest time. A Wiyao is a strong, muscular, industrious member of the tribe. He'd been married to Lumnay for 7 years, yet without children. He loves Lumnay and was a good husband to her. But he is forced to take another wife as the laws of their society dictate. Lumnay is a tough, graceful woman who is also an industrious worker. She was a loving wife to a Wiyao, but after the failure to give him an offspring, she has to suffer separation from the love of her life. Madulimay is the woman chosen to be a Wiyao's new wife. She holds the promise of the continuity of a Wiyao's lineage. So here, we have a forced love triangle. On the night of the festivities for his second wedding, a Wiyao visits his first wife Lumnay in the house he built for her. A Wiyao is worried that Lumnay is not among the wedding dancers. He invites her to the dance, but she remains still. He apologizes to her and explains why the situation between them had to be this way. It is clear that they understood each other. They do not point fingers nor judge one another. A Wiyao expresses his admiration and love for his wife and his regret for giving in to the pressure of producing an offspring. He encourages Lumnay to accept another husband. Lumnay, however, is adamant and stands her ground. She will love only one man. A Wiyao promises to come back to her if he fails again for the second time. But Lumnay wishes him and his new wife only blessings from Kabunian. She admits to him how difficult the situation is for her. When a Wiyao is called back to the dance, he pauses as if to think over his decision. Lumnay accepts his invitation to the dance and plucks up her courage to face her tribe. The joys of the past and the pains memories keep bringing her. But then, Lumnay stops to reflect on her fate, questioning why they had to separate and plans to air her dissension to the tribe. However, she changes her mind and runs away from the ceremony toward the bean fields, where she lingers for a long while to be with the beans, the produce she is able to breed.
After reading the excerpt, answer the following questions. Write your answers on your paper. Question number 1. What is the situation of a Wiyao and Lumnay's marriage? Number 2. How did Lumnay respond to a Wiyao when he invited him to come to the wedding dance? Number 3. What was expected of them during their time of marriage? Were they able to fulfill it? Number 4. Do you think a Wiyao and Lumnay love each other? Explain your answer. And the last one, if you were in the situation of a Wiyao and Lumnay, would you defy your tribe's traditions? Why or why not?
For day 2, Learning Task 2. Let us know more about the characters of the story. Copy and fill out the character graphic organizer below with the needed information. Write your answer on your paper. You are going to describe the two characters in the story. We have a Wiyao and Lumnay. First, Describe the character's trait. Second, what does the character want and why? Third, how did they respond to their situation in the story? 4. Do you agree with their beliefs and actions? Why or why not? Learning Task 3. On your paper, write a 10-sentence paragraph reflection about the theme of the story you have read, like the one mentioned in the illustration. You may indicate whether you agree with the theme or not. We have love doesn't always conquer everything. Your paragraph will be graded based on the following criteria. The first one is organization, 5 points. Content, 5 points. And lastly, writing mechanics, 5 points.
For day 3, learning task 4. Using an old cardboard and other available materials at home, create a bookmark that contains a quote that you strongly believe in. Then, on your paper, write at least 3 sentences explaining why you believe in it. This is an example of your output in this activity. You may refer to the rubrics below to serve as your guide in accomplishing this activity. And the highest possible score for this activity is 40 points.
Day 4. Learning Task 5. List down the customs and beliefs mentioned or implied in the story you have read. Put a check mark whether you agree or disagree with them. Then, write your explanation regarding your response. In this activity, you are going to list down at least 5 customs or beliefs mentioned in the story, The Wedding Dance. Then put a check mark on the items you agree. Then, write your explanation regarding your response.
Congratulations! You have successfully gone through week 5 of quarter 3. Now, all you have to do is to review your answers and make sure that you did not leave any task unanswered. And lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and like our videos. You can also share this video so that others can also watch and learn.
And for week 6, please wait for the video coming up very soon. Just relax and take your time. Bye! See you on our next session. Happy learning!